What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka Nino's Corner, man. I got a very special guest on the show, man. My brother from another. We from the same fraternity, man. Phi Beta Sigma Blue Phi. My homeboy Langston Colin Wilkins, man. I'm gonna turn it over to him. Just let him tell him about tell you guys about himself and tell you just what he does, man. Go ahead, Langston.
Oh yeah, what's good, y'all, man? I'm honored to be here with the legendary Nick Battle Nino. You know what I'm saying? My name is Langston Wilkins. I'm based here in Seattle, Washington. I currently work as the state folklorist of Washington State. So I kind of work with different cultural communities to help them tell their stories in whatever way they see fit. You know what I'm saying? And outside of that, I'm a trained ethnomusicologist. So that means I studied hip hop culture, specifically in Houston, Texas, but in general. And I'm just all around hip hop fan and happy to be here with again, yeah, my brother from another mother, Nick Battle. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. I'm
Yeah, man.
excited about
Appreciate
this.
that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. So today we're going to talk about an album. I think that it's just putting things back into perspective when it comes to hip hop, man. And that's that Benny the Butcher album, man. The Burden of Proof album dropped last week. And, I only had to call one person to actually interview about this, my boy Langston, man. You guys just heard his bio and he's really good at all this stuff, man. And you guys know I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop baby. You know what I'm saying? But like, just a little background on, on Langston and me. So Langston joined the frat, and me and him kind of met, man, and we kind of got this bond together because we love hip hop so much. Primarily Nas is like one of our favorite artists, So when he started to join the frat, man, I went to his dorm room and I saw a big ass Nas poster, like the Godson album, which is a dope Nas album that doesn't get the credit that it actually properly
Absolutely.
should get, man.
Yeah.
But me and him just fell in love with hip hop. We've always loved hip hop, and we just kind of had this mutual bond once it came to music. So when I wrote my first book, I needed like a preface, and I couldn't think of any other person than Langston, man. So Langston wrote that for me, man. So man, so big ups to the homie, man. But we are definitely going to talk about this Griselda album, Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. And I got a little backstory on this, man. So 2010, there's an exec that works for their record label. His name is DJ. It's my homie, man. 2010, we actually went down to Miami for a concert, So like my best friend, another brother from another, he was actually opening up for Currency. And so D-Jack was really good friends with him. D-Jack had an artist at the time. His name was G5GI, who is now known as Camouflage Monk. He's a big time producer. He works with everybody from Buffalo. He was just with West Side Gun today. That's G5. That's my homie, man. And he actually flew in from Buffalo to Orlando. I picked him up from Orlando. I was in Georgia at the time, and we drove down from Orlando to Miami. Mind you, I never met him a day in my life. We hopped in my truck, drove down from Orlando to Miami, like 6, 7 hour drive, and we just vibing, bumping that old Nipsey Hussle, man, CEO, man, from I think that Bullets Ain't Got No Name, Volume 3. You know what I'm saying? So we just jamming the whole time. We all struck up a good mutual bond. We got to Miami, had a concert with Currency, opened it up. Actually met Dom Kennedy first time he was down there, also down in Miami, and it was through the whole Cool Bowl concert, that was thrown by Spitter. And so, man, we had a great time, man, and we've always kind of kept in touch. Lost touch for about a few years, man. Then we all just linked back up, man, and it's been lovely ever since. So that's my little background, how I kind of get into the equation when it comes to that label. So, those are just some good ass guys, man. They just really good. And like the whole music scene in Buffalo, G5 was doing this thing in 2008, 9, and 10. And, just to see him flourish and just be like the artist and the big time guy when it comes to production, it's just amazing. So he actually hit me up, I want to say yesterday. Actually, I hit him up and he was like, man, I still eat red vines because I had gave him like the red vine candy when I was driving from Orlando down to Miami. So, we had, he's just funny as hell, man. Had like a good laugh off that. But let's get into this album, man. I'm gonna pull up my phone. I just want to see the track list.
Yeah.
Langston, what you think about the album, bro?
Oh man, this is what I needed, man. We're both I guess professional dudes, you know what I'm saying? But we came up on that hardcore, that gangster stuff, you know what I'm saying, that street music. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's been there in hip hop, it never went away. But Benny's album really brought it back in full force, man. And that rich storytelling, that you know this gruff dude looking back on his life, looking back on all the things that he's been through, and just trying to, negotiate, that with where he is now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really need this record. And, he's around our age, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
about 35.
Yeah,
So
he's
it was
36,
good.
man. Think
36,
about that
man.
for a minute.
Also, straight up. So he's been in
He's
it for a
36.
minute, man. And, it's just good to hear some hardcore adult hip hop, man.
Man,
And
authentic,
yeah.
authentic hip hop,
Oh, for
man.
sure.
Yeah, man. So what I liked about it, man, was, I always said when they ever got a platform and that label got a platform to just really take off, they were going to start talking that shit. And when they start talking it, the game is over.
Word.
And Benny did that, man. I mean, not just Benny, but Conway, West Side Gun. And hey, I think Conway might have had the best verse in the album, to be honest with you. On that Kylie, what is it? That
the Posse
War
Cut.
Paint.
Yeah.
Man, Conway had a verse, but just the whole album in general. What I did like about it was it wasn't too long. Like, I'm tired of seeing albums now that are 25 songs, 30 songs. It's like I can't get into a vibe. After about 45 minutes to listen to an album, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to an album for 2-3 hours long. Like, when somebody has a 35 song album, I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna listen to what I think's hot, and that's all I'm gonna listen to. This Benny album, 12 songs, every song is a banger, man.
It's to the point, yeah.
And it's to the point. I don't want to hear Benny to have like a love song, and I want to hear Benny on that hardcore gangster stuff, man. And he got it, but it wasn't too hardcore. He opened up a lot in the album too, like what's it, Trade It All? Oh my God,
right.
Trade
That's
It
what
All
I'm saying. A lot of depth, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just all gunplay, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just all, I'm gonna smack you, shoot you, all that stuff. It was really him, investigating all the things he'd been through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really, like, looking at where he is now as this, burgeoning superstar rapper at 36 years old.
Yeah.
And then looking back a few years when he was out there in the streets doing this thing, and he's like, wow, like, what is this?
It's like validation for him, man. That they didn't have to make themselves what hip hop is right now.
Right.
Like, they were able to continue to do the things that they were doing, the griminess, the grit, not making no radio singles, and still have a cult following.
Right.
I heard a quote from Fat Joe. He said, when it comes to this whole label, it's like if Wu-Tang and the Lox had a baby. That is what this damn Griselda is, man. Isn't that crazy? Think about that for a minute, man.
Oh man, I can see that. That's on point.
It's like perfect, man. It's like if they had a baby, this is Griselda,
Yeah.
And man, I loved every piece of it. Like, Benny's probably like one of my top artists right now. I mean, just after hearing this album, after hearing the previous albums that he had come out, him. Freddie Gibbs. Oh, the song with Freddie Gibbs.
Well, Freddie Gibbs is my favorite rapper currently, man. Like, Freddie Gibbs been my dude since like 2009, and I mean, he's only getting better with every year. And yeah, he killed his verse. I tweeted out yesterday. I'm like, man, we need like a Freddie Gibbs, Benny like EP or something. You know what I'm saying? Because they just flowed together, man.
Dude, it was so didn't good. It sound just so organic?
It sounded perfect, right?
It was supposed to happen. Like, his hook was so amazing on that track.
Yes, sir.
Benny took it to another level with the verse, and then on the second verse, Benny killed it. But then when Freddie came with that small 8 to 12 bars at the end, he was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna even rap about it." And it was current too. Right. Talk about the Clippers losing early. Right. They must have just did this song.
Right.
It was current.
And that's all we needed. That 8 to 12 bars. That's it.
Man, perfect. No, those two are like. It's like they're made for each other when it comes to rapping, because they spit that stuff, man. Like, me and you both know about Freddie. Freddie's that guy, man. Yeah. Like, his last album, Alfredo.
Oh man, come on. Come on, Alfredo. I mean, let me tell you, they just re-released like this newer version of Pinata.
Oh, it's Pinata
like,
was a beast.
Yeah. It's like a blaxploitation version of it. Today, I dropped
beast.
$50 on it because I just needed that, man.
Pinata was a beast, man.
It's hard.
Oh my God. Man. Freddie's that
he killed his verse, man.
I think Pinata might be my favorite Freddie album, or one of them. I mean, like, everything he puts out is great, because that's the one with Mad Lib, right?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That was dope. And then, man, what about the song with Wayne and Big Sean?
Man, yo, you know, I'm sometimes I'm Big Sean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know,
Sean killed that
sometimes
verse.
but he killed his verse. He killed his
Sean killed
verse.
it.
Like he could spit. Wayne killed it. And I know,
That's
you
the
know, he's
old. I
not the
know
most
what.
popular dude today. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
hey, it is I
that's
got
that old Wayne flow.
he was in it.
He was in his bag, and I think he knew
Yes.
coming with a guy like Benny,
He
you
had
got to
to.
get in your bag. You
He
know
had
what
to
I'm saying?
bring it.
Like you have to get in your bag because Benny's gonna come with that. Benny's still raw. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He is still raw. Like he might be
Mm-hmm.
36 and he might be our age, but when it comes to rapping,
Yeah.
he's still raw. And so with
Mm-hmm.
him not being like a seasoned guy, you know, it's like being a politician, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you have a seasoned politician, they know what to say all the
Mm-hmm.
time. It's always going to be the dressed up answer. I don't want the
Mm-hmm.
dressed up answer. Just tell me what it is. And that's
Yeah.
what Benny's doing. He's not seasoning. He's telling you what it is, and he's coming so authentic. And I
Mm-hmm.
think Wayne was like, I got to drop to that level. I got to get back to my bag, and
Right.
he got
And
to
he's
it.
so fresh in this game. I mean, he's gonna try to eat everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
He is
man,
gonna if he's gonna track, he's gonna try to kill everybody. And so you're
everybody.
gonna have to come with it, man.
And
Right.
he is definitely doing it, man. So I can't
Absolutely.
wait to hear a Benny and Hove track. That's what I'm waiting for. I
Yo, yes. You
can't
know,
wait
because
to,
when I was listening to this thing, man, I was thinking, you know, and let's not forget Hit Boy, man, killed every
dude.
single record on here.
He's on a
Hit Boy,
run right now,
it's incredible. I haven't seen something like this in a while, man.
dude. He did the Nas album. He did the majority of the Big Sean
The
album.
Big Sean joint,
He
right?
did this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hit Boy's on a run right now.
Right. And he's been able to craft like signature sounds for each of these albums. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
you can't, I mean, this record to me sounded like one of those late 90s, early 2000s Rockefeller records, man. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? The whole energy, like the
yeah.
whole, like, you know, we came from a dope game to the rap game and now we just celebrating. That whole
It's
energy is
yeah.
right there, man. He
It's
killed
it's
that.
it's like it was meant to be on a rock or a Def
That's
Jam kind of thing, man. And it's
right.
like, you know what's beautiful about it is he's still independent. Like he's
Man.
just, you know, as
Yeah.
a solo artist, he's only
Mhm.
with Griselda.
Oh,
You know,
word.
he
Yeah.
has no major deal.
Man.
Shady picked up Conway, they picked up West Side Gun, didn't pick up Benny.
I didn't realize that.
You think they regretting that?
Oh, oops. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that.
He might
That's
be the most
crazy.
marketable out of all of them.
I think
You know what I'm
so.
saying? And
Well, yeah.
just to be so raw. Oh man.
Wow, I
Man.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Shady didn't pick him up. So he's
He got
independent.
some options.
Dude, like I don't
Mm,
if I'm him, you know,
mm.
this is a whole different conversation now, bro. Like, dude, I don't see a need for record labels right now. Like
What's the
if I
need?
got that, if I
Yeah,
got heat like this and I'm able to build this organically, and yes, it took some time for him to do it,
yeah.
but all the hard work that you put in, why sign with a major?
Collect all the
When
checks.
you can go straight to the consumer.
Right.
It's so much easier now. They're making so much money. I saw an interview with West Side Gun yesterday. He said when they put that billboard up in Times Square, they did it for 2 months straight. It was 20K a week. Yeah,
Wow. Out of
160,
their budget.
160 bands out their budget. He just did it. He said, like, that's what they doing right now. You
Man, they
know,
got it like that.
they got it, man. So,
Wow.
man, Benny, what an album, bro. What an album.
Yeah.
Even, the Rick Ross joint. We forgot the Ross
Oh,
joint.
man. Right. And that's one of my favorite joints on there. Because Rick Ross always, man, he
Rick
kills
brings it,
every
man.
single verse. Now,
Ross
again, you
brings
know,
it.
I get it, man, but Rick Ross kills every single verse.
Hey, you know, just to talk about the Ross thing, man.
Hmm.
When Ross had the verses against 2 Chainz, I was like, it's so unfair.
Oh,
It's
man.
so unfair. I mean, nothing against Chainz, man. I love 2 Chainz,
No, that
but
dude's dope too.
yeah, but it's on a whole different level. You know, even Ross said it in the battle. This is where we separate ourselves from each other. You know, like after the first 10 songs, so he went to like the John Legend joints
Hmm.
he had. He went to Tears of Joy, which Tears of Joy is
Yeah.
my favorite Ross songs, if not my favorite Ross song.
Yeah.
You know, Serotonin Grease. Dude, Ross is that guy. But when
Yeah.
man, Benny went bar for bar with him. I think
Which
Ross
is,
might have got the better verse, but
it's Rick Ross. Yeah.
I think you know what though. But I think listen to the song. It sounds like Benny got the first verse in,
Yeah.
he did it, and he sent it over, and then Ross had time to
Like,
meditate on it. And,
Yeah.
and was like, let me do this. You know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I took it. You know, he just left his verse alone after giving it to
Yeah.
Ross. Like that's the way I took it. I'm gonna ex DJ that. But man, I need
Incredible song.
It's incredible.
Incredible song.
New Streets was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, just whatever sample that was. I mean,
Oh yeah.
dude, Hit Boy, man, Hit Boy did so good in this album. He made me tell my wife, I was like, I'm about to start doing more beats. Like I ain't done a beat in a year.
Oh man, come on, man, come on, Nino.
I'm about to get back in my beat bag.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I got like 150 beats just on my laptop that I haven't even released yet.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
Come on, man.
honestly, I'm thinking about doing it like, every week or every 2 weeks, just putting out a beat that I ain't gave nobody yet. You know what I'm saying?
Please do. Please do.
I got some dope samples I did. You know what I'm saying? So
I was reading an interview with Hit Boy, and he mentioned that his dream, his like next dream, is to do a whole record with Jay-Z. And I'm like, that needs to happen quick.
Dude, Hit Boy might be how do I want to put this? His versatility, he might be the best of this generation right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went against like on that versus battle when it's him and Boy Wonder, I was like, it's not fair, right? Hit Boy makes timeless music. This is timeless, and not to say that, other dudes' music isn't timeless because he makes great music, but it's like, those songs are timeless too, but it's a different timeless.
Different kind of time. Absolutely.
It's a different timeless.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that Hit Boy is making with that Nas album, with this Benny album, with all the previous stuff, it's stuff that like a true hip hop head can like get in his car and ride to for 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to listen to Drake for 5 hours. I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. He does his thing. He's like, when it comes to just music, I think he is like the Jay of this generation.
Absolutely.
Not far as like I ain't gonna even shit on his lyrics because he is lyrical, but
he can spit.
Yeah, he can spit, but he's just
Jay
so Jay is Jay, man. And that's what's different, like with Benny, man. Like these boys got stories, man.
Yeah.
They got stories and it's believable. And that was the mystique with Jay. And I think it's not even a mystique with these guys. Like it is believable. I mean, you see what happened to Conway.
You see it.
I mean, it happened. It is believable. You see West Side Gun in his old interviews from 2015, and they still in East Buffalo, and it's crazy because my wife's family is from East Buffalo. So I've been in East Buffalo before and I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So when you like, damn, like, yeah, he ain't lying.
Bro, I was up in Buffalo like 2 years ago, and I wasn't in East Buffalo, but I was downtown, and I was like, this is a hard ass place, man. Even downtown, I was like, wait a minute, I've been in some areas, what I'm saying, but like, I could see it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
man, it's crazy, bro. It's an amazing album, though, man. I can't wait for the next one.
I mean, they're on a winning streak, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're hot, man. You know what I'm saying?
They're putting out so much music right now.
Yeah.
I think Westside put out 3 albums this year.
How are they doing it? You know what I'm saying? They're working like you, bro.
They said they made the Griselda album in 48 hours.
Oh yeah, I read that. That's crazy.
With no samples.
That's crazy. Right.
With no samples. Right. Like they brought in Derringer and Beat Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
And Derringer, I guess, had samples, and Beat Butcher played the samples with instruments. They did all that in 48 hours and spit.
Oh, they interpolated all that. Wow.
Yeah, the whole album in 48 hours.
That's crazy.
From
That's
beats
hunger,
to lyrics. Yeah.
That's hunger.
Man, golly, I gotta get.
We don't hear those stories no more, man. I'm not trying to sound like an old dude, man.
Documented.
I'm not hear those stories no more.
D-Jack, I'm about to call you, bro.
Make that happen, man.
If you listening, D-Jack, I'm about to call you, man. We gotta document this, man. Man,
not to stick on a Hit Boy, man, but it's just amazing how in a few months he went from dropping, the Big Sean record, the Nas record, and this record. We're talking about like 3 different dudes from 3 different generations of hip hop.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? 3 different styles. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to like create classics for all of them, man.
He's versatile,
just
man.
Unheard of, man.
Oh, hold on. But let's talk about the underground sector too, with him and Dom Kennedy.
Dom, you're right. I forgot. I'm
Think about that. Yeah,
right.
Dom's one of my favorites.
I know.
I love Dom. I love Dom from the old Watermelon Sunday, all that. Dom is my guy, man, from the Gold Alpinas, man, to the Yellow Album, to 1990. Come on, man. Dom is
you
that
put me
guy.
on to him, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know I put you on the Dom, man.
Oh yeah, it was you.
Yeah,
Or me, at least me listen, watching you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
yeah,
let me listen to this dude.
man,
Yeah.
Dom, man. I remember when I saw him at the Cool Bowl
Mm,
in 2010. He says his first time going out to Miami, and that was when Spitta did the was it the Smokey Robinson mixtape?
yeah.
And Dom was on that mixtape.
Yeah.
And if you know the story I heard about their verse from a dude who I know who's kind of well connected was they were all in a, you know, I guess a condo down on South Beach or somewhere. And Dom's verse was oceans in the front, Porsches on the back. And I heard that like that was his real view. Like that was what he saw when he was rapping. Like that's he was
I
just
love that.
living the moment, you know. So that's what I
Yeah.
heard from a guy who was with us down at the Cool Bowl.
That's crazy.
Crack, but yeah, it's the homie Crack. You know, like people might know him as Law. He works with Rock Nation.
Mm.
He's their A&R, but he's from New Orleans. You know, so he
Oh,
actually used to
word.
manage
Okay.
one of my friends. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, but man, Hit Boy's on the run, dude. Like Hit Boy
It.
with Dom and
Yeah.
the Nipsey song, the Racks in the Middle song, and
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
think about it, he got a Grammy off that. You know,
Right. Right.
I mean, Hit Boy's that guy from the stuff with ASAP Mob back in the
Yep.
Gap. I mean, he's on the run. He's definitely on the run, man. Like,
He's on like a decade long run. I mean, he's getting up
yeah,
there now. I
yeah,
mean,
he's
you
on that.
know, quiet is kept.
You right.
He's
It's been
doing
a
his thing.
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hit Boy's that guy, man. And like we said, he's making that timeless music, and it's good. Like you said, he can tap into the three, you know, like generations, the Nas and
It's just I've
Don.
never actually seen that before. You know, if we go back in the day, man, and think about Premier and P Rock and all these legendary producers who I love, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, Dre. I mean, they had certain zones, you know what I'm saying. They had
yeah,
certain like, styles that they,
yeah.
they mess
Dre's,
with,
yeah, like you say, Dre's was the West. You know,
Right,
like
right. Primo rock up
yeah,
north, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Hit Boy is just all over the place with different
He's
sounds and different
everywhere.
styles, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I love hip hop, man. I mean, I love where it's at right now. I love where it's at right now, man.
Yeah.
I do.
It
I love where it's at.
I've been super, super impressed these last 2 years with like, all these different releases that's come out, you know what I'm saying? Even last year. Like I feel like hip hop was losing me for a minute, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
for a second, for a
yeah,
couple years there. Cause I was like, okay, I don't get into some of this stuff, especially if there are artists who just aren't lyrical at all and wear that as a badge of honor. I respect what people do. It's just not my thing, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But man, like the last couple of years has just been incredible release after incredible release. We're in a good place, you know what I'm
We're a
saying, with hip hop,
very
I
good
think.
place, and I think the release of anybody from Griselda is just enhancing that place right now.
I My
It's
dude
just
put me onto them a few years ago, and I was like, "This is growth. This is dope. This is for me." You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I did
yeah.
not see all of this. I did
I didn't
not
see
see
it
them
getting
blowing
that.
up like
Me
this.
neither, man. I
It
didn't
didn't
either.
make
I'm just
sense
I'm
to
just
me.
being honest, but
Yeah,
it's their story. It's
yeah,
like West Side Gun. He even tell you like in his interviews, I'm not a rapper. You know, like
right.
he's probably the best exec we have in hip hop right now. When you think about what he was able to do to basically he'll even tell you when it comes to spitting, he is not Conway, he is not
Yeah,
Benny. He's
hmm,
not that guy. But
right.
he took it upon himself to do the heavy lifting first,
Yeah,
get the deals, and then bring them in to usher in their new sound, to usher in the
right.
whole Buffalo sound, which has been a slept on market, man, for
Yeah,
a while. I mean, for
yeah.
forever. I shouldn't say
Hmm.
for a while. It's been like
We
forever,
right
you know.
since Rick James. we have, we ain't seen nobody from Buffalo pop like that.
Nah, man, you're right. You're right. And when it comes to hip hop, none, man.
Oh nah,
So
man.
that is what's up, man. I'm definitely loving the album. What else we oh what's the other song I like, man? Famous.
Famous, yeah,
God dog, man. That was ridiculous.
yeah.
Legend,
I was about
ridiculous.
to mention Legend. I mean, closing it out on a classic tip. I mean, that's like a
It,
classic sounding like
dude,
album closer, right?
what
That's
did
how
what
our
did Hit
albums
Boy do
used to
with that
close.
beat, man? It was like,
Man,
man, but
yeah.
that in Famous,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that Benny did do with this, with Famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing like what the newer artists are doing right now, which is they have a song just short enough to where it makes you want to listen to it over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it's smart because we're streaming right now, right? You
Ah,
know, you have to, what is it like 4,500 streams? It's an album sale or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No. What is it?
Might be more than that.
It might be 9,500 streams.
Yeah,
It's
something like
something
that.
like that, right?
Something
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? So, excuse me. So
Mhm.
when you make a song that is 2 minutes long or a minute and 45 seconds, like what Famous is,
Mhm.
right? You want to hear it over and over and over because the song was so dope. You know, like what
Yeah.
do you say? What do you say, man? 3 rollies, 2 cribs, 6 figures, and I still don't feel famous.
It was right. And that's real.
The first time I caught my first bricks, the only time I really felt famous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Oh my God.
man, like that dude's raw, man.
I've
And
heard
two,
these
like,
songs over and over again. These lines is just still hitting me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
man.
how brilliant they are. You know what I'm
Man, I've
saying?
been taking little snippets. I'm just like
Yeah.
posting on my like social media. I'm like, man, this is home. This hits home, man. Like 2020 was for Brandon. 2021 is for expanding. Like when he opened up the burden of
Yeah.
proof with that,
Absolutely.
last year was about Brandon. This year is about expanding. I was like, I'm taking that. That's the truth.
That's real.
That's the truth, man.
That's
Like
real.
even with your own businesses, like you can take
Hmm.
this album and whatever you're doing in life, right? You can apply that to
Yeah.
what you do. Like you do so much, man. I just realized you're doing like the prison behind bars teaching.
Yeah, I did
You know?
that. Yep. Still
Man,
engaged. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like I gotta link up with you on that because I would love to just, send some stuff to him, man.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
off the strength, man. And
Yeah.
maybe interview the people who are doing it just to get some more light on that because that stuff is
Yeah.
needed, man. Like we as a black community, right? It's a whole other subject, but
Hmm.
man, we know somebody affected by the system.
Hmm.
And we all do. I'm pretty sure you do. I know I had a cousin do 30 years down in Angola,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He
Shoot, me
got
too.
out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got out when he was 50, man. And he got to
Yeah.
enjoy his last 20 years, you know what I'm saying? But like we all know people who have been affected by that. And it's just,
Hmm.
never want to see them get left out, like behind. And, the only thing that they can do when they get out is there is some rehabilitation, especially younger cats. When they get
Hmm.
out, they either want to go rap and talk about their experiences, which, is what Benny and them are doing now, but it took them so long to even get here. A lot of guys, they don't keep that focus because
Yeah.
it's like it ain't hit yet. So I'm done.
Yeah.
So man, big kudos to that team, man. But everybody
Yeah.
knows somebody in that situation. So man, big
Oh,
ups
of
to you for
course.
doing that, man.
Oh
Like
man,
that's that's awesome, man.
just trying to serve. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do the
Yeah,
right thing.
I tell you,
You
man.
know.
Like, man, you gotta teach. You gotta teach some people some things that they might not have ever had because you just don't realize how blessed you are when you go back and look at how you was raised, man, and you like, damn, man, like, you know, like for instance, this song,
Hmm.
"Thank God I Made It." Right?
Mm. Yeah.
Dude, when he opened up about the single mother part, because my mom's a
Yeah.
single mother,
Right.
and I'm like, man, yeah, I had it rough. My mom's single mother,
Hmm.
but everything he said about in that song was she did. Like my mom
Hmm.
did. I could really relate to that song because, just with your mother teaching you how to be a man, and she's not one. Like
Right.
maybe your father's not in your life like he should be. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame you can't blame how your son turned out to be if you wasn't there. I mean, like, man, that shit hit home.
I mean, these are the stories and the narratives that hip hop used to give us all the time, and it made us feel like we weren't alone in these situations. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That there were people out there doing big things who understood the conditions that we came from. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And that's why it was just so good to hear this record. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
man.
mean, the party records and everything is dope. You know what I'm saying? I love that stuff too. But I really need some soulful, like serious soul searching music, and that's what
Yeah.
Benny brought here, man. And I need more of it. You know what I mean? I need more
I'm
of it.
glad he had 12 songs, but I'm mad too, right?
I want to. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay,
I'm glad it was 12 songs because I think that's the perfect length for an album.
absolutely.
Well, like 12 to 15 songs.
Yeah.
And you're only mad because you're a fan, right? You're like, damn, I want to hear some more. But
All right.
that's the beauty of it. It keeps you wanting more.
Mhm.
And they're gonna come out with, like Benny gonna come out with something probably in another month. Like that's what they do.
That's how they work it.
That's how they working. And it's almost like, I don't know, if I'm Benny on here, I probably sit on this for a while, man. He put out a classic body of work. This is a classic body of work, man. Like,
Absolutely.
I
It
mean, it's top tier. I think it's album of the year, in my opinion. It's either
it
that or the
it
Nas album. I'm be honest.
Yeah, and I love the Nas album, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay, this is it. You know what
yeah.
I'm
It's
saying? I
either
thought the Freddie was it, but
oh man, that
here we go.
Alfredo was great. Yeah, but like outside of
Yeah,
those three albums, well, outside of those three and that
yeah,
Conway album, his
yeah.
last album that he just
Hmm.
came out with with the King album, right? What's the name
Yeah.
of the album?
Oh man, I was just looking at
Man,
it.
I got it right here. Let me look at. I was just
Yeah.
jamming too the other day, man. Like it's just a beautiful album, man. I mean, like it's rough, raw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from King to a God.
Yeah.
That
Right.
one, dude.
Perfect title too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
But I think the Benny has a certain type of polish to it, and has a certain type of like he really put his stamp on each one of these records,
he
right?
did.
He
He
created
did.
his own style, sound, and message that he was trying to convey. I
Yeah.
think slightly more than these other records, but
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
of them are
yeah,
dope, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. And also, it's the hunger too.
Yeah.
Nas. It's almost like it gave me that same feeling when I heard Reasonable Doubt for the first time. Like when I heard Reasonable Doubt, I was like, "Damn, this dude Jay, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, man, this dude, man, he's so believable. Like,
Yeah.
like God, Lee. When I heard Illmatic for the first time,
Word.
I
Word.
was like, wow. When I heard Life's a
Hmm.
Bitch, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Like,
This is it.
this is on a whole nother level. Like, this is
Yeah.
the first time that in Illmatic's first time in hip hop history where we had an artist use the best producers from every sector
Yeah.
and come together for one album. It's the first time
Yeah.
we've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Usually, it's like what we got with Benny now. You have
Yeah.
one producer who does the whole album. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, Eric B and Rakim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have RZA do a whole
Hmm.
Wu album. Like you're so used to seeing a producer connected to an artist. And now it's not like that. It's
No.
you get a beat from Hit Boy, you get a beat from Boy Wonder, you get a
Wonder. Yeah.
beat from Swizz, you get a
Hmm.
beat from Manny, you get a beat from Toon, you get a beat from everybody, right? You get a
It's
beat,
not a bad album.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You get a beat from Mike Dean from Houston, who a lot of people sleep
Yes.
on. Don't be sleeping on Mike Dean,
Oh, you
people.
can't sleep on
You
Mike
can't
Dean, man.
sleep
But
on
we
Mike
can.
Dean.
That's
He's
another
your
podcast. But
producer's
yeah.
favorite producer. He's your
You're right.
producer's favorite producer, Mike Dean.
For
If you don't know
sure.
him, go Google him.
Oh, please, Mike Dean. Yes.
Used to be www.deanslist.net back in the
Absolutely.
day.
Oh my God. Wow. Take me way back.
You
Absolutely.
know how that
Yes.
is, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But man, it's refreshing to see Hit Boy is going back to the early days of hip hop where
Yeah.
he locks in with a guy for a full session, a full not a session, a full like month, and says we're
Yeah.
gonna make this album, and it's just me and you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did, and it's just a beautiful thing, because now they can feed off each other. They know how he might be feeling today. He might be talking about his brother today, so he just cooked up a beat that's like, this is
Yeah.
about my brother, right there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You good. So they get the bond, they get the respect for each other, and they get the vibe from each other.
Hmm.
Nowadays, man, when people ask me for beats, man, it's like they want to email me. I'm like, here's a beat, here's 5 beats. You email to them. You don't know the heart of these people. You don't know what
Right.
beat to send them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the room with them. And
Right.
so I think with Hit Boy doing this and getting to come out to LA to do the album here and there, here and there, and here and there, he's getting to get that feeling.
Right.
You get music like this where it's heartfelt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
These are two artists coming together, but also clearly two hip hop heads coming together, right? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like two people who are just fans of the culture and the music, trying to get together and bring, that classic energy back, but also try to push the genre forward. I mean, that's what it felt like here. I mean, we're so celebratory of this album, but it really deserves it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it truly stands out in approach and in execution. You know what I'm saying? This was a dope record that I've
Yeah.
listened to like 10 times since last week. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would listen every day.
I feel you. I
I got
feel
the
you.
iPad, I got the earbuds in. My wife's like, "What you saying?" I'm like, "Man, don't worry about it. I'm good." Yeah, man. He talked about a bunch of subjects on here, man. He talked about everything from
Yeah.
his life, his brother passing away. He talked about
Yeah.
being a father. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists are scared to talk about that.
Don't talk about that, right?
Yeah, they don't talk about that. He talks about his daughters, like
Hmm.
his 2 daughters, and I saw an interview a couple weeks ago about him, and you know, I guess his first daughter is not his biological daughter, but
Mm.
it's his ex-wife's daughter. That
Oh,
he
word.
came into her life and she was 5. You know what I'm saying? And when he divorced his wife, that's his daughter.
That's a real dude.
That's a real
That's a
dude.
real
That made me
dude.
respect him so
Wow, I
much
didn't know
more,
that.
man. That
Yeah.
reminds me of my stepdad with me, my
Hmm.
mom being a single parent and, you know, him marrying my mom and us going down to Texas when I was
Yep.
13 and, just seeing like a dude just do what he had to do. You know what I mean? And he just took on every responsibility like it wasn't nothing,
Right.
and did it happily and joyfully. And it seems like when he talked about his first daughter in the interview, I was like, man, that dude really love her, man. Like
Yeah.
some dudes just do it because man, she, like she knows me. She don't really
Right.
know
We've
how to
been
love me
around.
like that. Yeah, I'm just being around. When I see her in the
Might as
streets, I'm gonna
well.
holler at her. He's like, nah, man, my oldest daughter go to college, and you know, uh, whatever
That's
she
all.
needs,
That's
I
dope.
got her. And he talks about that, and it just made me respect him more as an artist, man. Because a lot of dudes they don't let themselves be that vulnerable on the record. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
man. Dope ass album, dude. Dope ass album. Man, I can really relate to this album, dude.
There's a lot to relate to, man. Just that sheer honesty and that it's just being genuine and vulnerable, like you said on a record, man. That's just
Mhm.
refreshing to hear. I mean, again, I keep harping it back to like the 90s and 2000s, but that's what we used to get, man. Dudes
Yeah,
just pouring their heart and soul into a record, man, being vulnerable and being, yeah, just honest about who they are. Of
yeah,
course, image was always a thing,
yeah.
of course, but
Of course, they
it's still, you got
flossing.
this
They let you
flossing.
know
That's
that they
that's
getting that
part of it,
money, but
right?
that's part of the game.
That's part of it.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's part
yeah,
of the vulnerability. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
they
So
definitely
absolutely.
shining.
Oh,
They
clearly,
definitely shining.
clearly. Clear. And I know, we're in an age of, where we're past materialism and all that stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But, come on, man. That's how we grew up in hip hop, man.
that
People
show
just
is, man. That's why
flossing.
you
And
gotta
I
floss,
love it.
man.
I love it.
Especially from the South, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, you know what it is. You know what it is.
Hey, man. But I think honestly, though, he needs to probably. If I'm him, I'm staying independent. I mean,
Yeah.
you have your full creative control.
Hmm.
You have everything right here in front of you. The streams are there.
Yeah.
They said he sold almost 20,000 albums first week. He debuted at number, what was it, number 19 or something, number
That's
17.
dope.
I mean, for
That's dope.
independent artists,
Yeah.
you
That's
getting all
crazy.
the money.
Yeah.
Your shows are still sold out.
Right.
Raekwon, every major artist is endorsing you.
Right.
So it's almost like the Drake thing. Like
Yeah.
Drake should never have to sign another record label deal.
All right. He is the
And
label.
he is a label, right? He should never go with another major unless he
Yeah.
just breaks him over the head and gets like a deal like a Pat Mahomes deal. I mean,
That's a big deal.
that's the
Yeah.
only way I could see him doing it because he's
Yeah,
he's
sure.
he's so on top of his game. But even guys like Benny and the whole Griselda movement,
Yeah.
I know that the team is signed underneath Shady, but as independent artist, he's independent. And
Yeah.
I mean, he could flourish so much in
Man.
this way, man.
That's a
Like,
great setup. I didn't realize that, man,
yeah, I
until you
mean,
told me. That's dope.
just think about him being an independent artist for the rest of his career. I mean, he
Yeah.
could be the first guy we see that can do this, like, and
I
not
think
need
you could.
anybody, man.
Yeah.
And be at this level. Like Dom
Yeah.
Kennedy is one of my favorites. He's
Yeah.
independent. He says he loves the underground. He ain't never coming from the underground. He's independent his whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but as much as I love Dom, he's not ever at that level. Benny just
Yeah.
made, and that's no disrespect to Dom. Dom, I love
Now
you.
Dom is dope.
You're so dope.
And
You're
yeah,
dope. Dom, you're one of my favorite artists of all time. I mean, like
I can
when
co-sign that,
I
man.
yeah, I love Dom Kennedy. But Dom's worked with Hit Boy for
Hmm.
almost 2 or 3 years now.
Hmm.
Benny got a Hit Boy endorsement and just took it to another stratosphere. Like,
Yeah.
and plus, let's be honest, he's from the East Coast. East Coast has
Yeah.
been missing that East Coast
We've
sound.
been wanting that, man.
We've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
wanting this,
For
man.
sure.
We've been
Yeah.
wanting this. Like, even when like ASAP came out,
Hmm.
they didn't have the Ferg's different. I think
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Sure.
Ferg has
Ferg
that.
had that. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
that. Rocky had the mixture. He was like a gumbo of everybody. But
Yeah.
as
That's
far as
great.
just a raw, rugged East Coast sound that hit the masses, like
Yeah.
that mainstream, like what these boys are doing now,
Hmm.
I don't think
It's
they
been a
had that.
while.
It's been a while, man.
Well, for me, it's been since like that G Unit to Dipset kind of era, man, like oh
Oh,
three, oh four. You know what I'm saying? When those dudes were coming
I
out with the
really
mixtapes and just
wanted
rock. Oh my god! Like, and that's kind of the energy like the Griseldas had for
Heat
me, like that
makers,
early
man.
G Unit, man, where dude was just raw as hell and not giving a damn about
But
nothing and
but
just
even
spitting.
G Unit was still a little commercial when they
That's true.
came out.
That's true. That's
These
true.
dudes ain't. Well, I
Not at
can't
all.
say that, man. when 50 and them first came out, they weren't
Those
really that
first couple 50 mixtapes, them dudes didn't give a damn
they didn't
about
give a damn.
who they
I
were.
smell. Is that you?
Oh, you. Right. Right.
Oh man, I
Right.
forgot about that one.
Oh my God. I still listen to those regularly, man. That's why it's always on top of my
Hey, I'm gonna
mind.
tell you what I listen to. Ghetto Quran. That's one of my favorite 50 songs.
Dude, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite 50 songs, man.
That's an incredible song. I'm about to write
Just
something about it. But yeah, for sure.
it's
For
raw.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
raw. I mean, and that's
Talk about
you're
to the
right.
streets.
That's that feel you get. And it was
Yeah.
believable. When you heard the
Yeah.
song, you was like, just the detail. All the
Got into some
detail.
trouble too. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
got
sure.
me some trouble. But I mean, but just the detail in that
Yeah.
song,
Storytelling, man.
yeah, the storytelling, his
Mm-hmm.
his hair make you wave sick. I mean, when he said stuff like that, you was just like, dude has some waves.
Yeah. That's kind of the same energy that Grisel's bringing. Because, back then, part of 50 story was like, yeah, bullets hit me in the mouth. I spit them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were all like, yo, this dude's the hardest dude out here. This is some real, genuine stuff.
And that's what
Griselda,
they giving you.
same
They
energy.
giving you. It's the same energy, man.
Right.
Dude, man. I'm still in the major, man. I'm gonna jam the album for probably another couple weeks.
Same
Seriously,
here.
man. Probably longer than that. He just came out with his Black Soprano Family mixtape, and I think hosted by DJ Drama. So that just came out. I'm a
He got a lot out
cop
there.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna listen to that. I mean, what else can I do, man?
Man, I mean,
COVID, man. We got time to listen.
That's all we can do, right? See and listen to music.
Yeah,
Got plenty
man.
of time.
Got plenty of time, bro. Man, it was awesome though, man. Hey, we gotta do this more often, man. We gotta
Anytime.
do
This
this
is
more
fun.
often, man.
I don't get to talk about hip hop like this too much, man.
I know.
So yeah, anytime.
So this is perfect, man. But yeah, I'm gonna take your advice, man. I'm gonna release a track every 2 weeks.
Please do,
And
man.
some music I haven't released yet. And maybe I might start producing again. See, Hit Boy, you got me wanting to produce again, man. You got me back in my bag right now, Hit Boy. It's like this Benny out. I get you every real spitter right now. It's like, hey Benny, why didn't you call me for a verse on that song, bro? I could have got with you on that one. I bet you Jadakiss like, I would have smashed that one.
Oh, that's who. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, man. That'd been a good
Top
addition.
5 Dead or Alive. That's on one
Right.
LP. Man. But dudes, I'm gonna head out, bro.
Yeah,
This
same
was
here,
dope,
bro.
man. We got to
Yeah.
do this more often, man.
Anytime, man. Always happy to chat with you, man. And again, I'm honored to just be here talking to you, man. You're doing amazing things, and I continue to look up to you, bro.
Man, appreciate you doing some great things too, man.
I appreciate it,
one
bro.
thing about us, man, it's like we all doing some good things. We all kind of push each other to do just greater things, man. Between you and me and Lester and H4 and Antoine and Jackie and Reggie and X, man. It's like we just doing so much linking. It's like we're doing so much, man, that we're pushing each other. RJ, we pushing each other up. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. We're never in competition with family.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's never competition. What it is we are so happy to see each other succeed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And that's a beautiful thing when you got dudes who are so macho, which we all are. We all got that in us. You know what I'm saying? We all macho. But it's so beautiful to see, like, when we all do things to help each other get to our goals. You know what I'm saying? So, man, appreciate you, man, for everything, bro.
Much love, bro.
Yeah, man. So we're going to head out, guys. So, hey, everybody, man, thanks for tuning in to the Nino's Corner podcast. This is episode 10 something. I don't know. We had 100 and something, man. But yeah, we're going to do more album reviews. I was doing it by myself, and I was like, you know what? It's cool, but I think I'm going to have my boy come in later on, man. Just from time to time, we're going to just do some albums, especially when an album like this comes out, man. And so, man, if you guys like what you listen to, like what you hear, 5-star review, 5-star comment, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everything. Anywhere you can get a podcast, you can listen to this. YouTube page, the whole nine, man. You guys know how I end everything. Do you. Don't be afraid to fail. Outgrow your environment. Understand your brilliance, man. That's what Do You stands for. The clothing line's out. NinosCornerMerch.com. Go to NinosCorner.com. Get all the books, everything. Look up my boy Langston Colin Wilkins, man. Just look him up. Go to his Instagram page, man. Tell him it's Southside Supervillain.
Southside Supervillain on Instagram, Street Folk LCW on Twitter.
Yeah, man. And he is that guy, man. A great follow. And his sister, too. His sister does amazing art.
Oh, wow.
Art in the back. You see that
Wow.
art in the back of this
Oh my
video?
God.
That's his
Brothers and
sister.
sisters.
Man,
Look
brother,
her up,
man,
brothers and
she
sisters.
is
Order some stuff, man.
amazing, man.
Oh
Like
wow.
her portraits are beautiful. They're
That makes me
amazing.
happier than anything, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna let her know you
Man,
said that,
dog,
bro.
man,
That's dope, man.
I've been following her for a while with her stuff, man. I
Wow.
saw the YouTube video, man. She's great,
Oh wow.
bro.
Oh, man. Oh, I
Hey,
appreciate
man.
it, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
man. I'm gonna have to link
Yeah,
up with her to get
please do.
a
I
custom
appreciate
design
that.
for a shirt, man.
That's dope. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Salute,
Yeah.
bro. Love you,
All
dog.
right.
I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right. Much love, bro. Take care,
All
y'all.
right, later.
Later.